How's it going, guys? It's Bill. So these last few days, I've been kind of narrowing down exactly what I particularly enjoy about video games when I've been making these videos, and it's gotten me really thinking. Playing with your friends or playing with other people is basically the most important part of video games as we know them, and I'll elaborate. If you've ever been lucky enough to play a game with someone you know in real life, you know what I mean when I say this, because it's like whenever you watch a movie with someone or so on and so forth, you kind of just share the experience, but video games are an experience that you play through. It's not just an experience that you watch unfold, and it's mostly an experience that you're involved in, an experience that you mostly change and, interact with. If I was to sit there and ask you what's your most fond memory of a video game, chances are it's probably playing it with someone else, and the reason why I say that is because that's mostly what makes video games this special. Recently, I've been having a lot of fun playing DayZ with my friends, and honestly, it doesn't really matter what we do, video games generally are just fun with your friends no matter what's going on. And the reason why I bring this up is because I feel like video games nowadays, as long as they keep gravitating to keeping people able to play with their friends, hopefully they can get over this rough patch, whatever the fuck is going on with these microtransactions and so on. Because, so what? I guess we might not ever get split screen again. I guess we can just only play on split screen games that we already have. But on the other end, as long as they keep making these games compatible to actually just play with your friends, I guess they'll be able to soften the blow as more people buy consoles and more people play together regardless. Because if you think about it, in the mid-2010s when video games were having that really rough patch with microtransactions and cash grab bullshit and so on and so forth, I feel like the common denominator in all of those is just quite simply the fact that on one end the game wasn't even that good to begin with, but then on the other end, the multiplayer wasn't really keeping up in the pace that we really expected it to, because by the 2010s, it was pretty much a consensus in the gaming community that cross-platform play should be an expectation by now, because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Minecraft had finally started perfecting it, and a lot of other studios were finally starting to implement it on PC, but of course Xbox and PS4 were still very slow to adapt this. I'm pretty sure one of the first cross-platform games you could play was Modern Warfare 2019, so yeah, like I said, they were extremely slow to adapt this cross-platform play, and it really started putting a wedge in the gaming community for about 5 years or so during the mid-2010s, and I feel like that really stunted the growth of video games, because if people can't play together, what the fuck do they care about games for? For the most part, the average video game player or buyer or whatever, so on and so forth, is not going to sit there and buy another $300 box just to play with their friends for a couple hours a week or whatever, so on. It doesn't make any sense. They might as well just make the games cross-platform, and recently it really seems like game studios have been actually getting this message. And really all I can say is I hope they keep up to pace with this, because unless all games start being cross-platform, it's just going to be really pointless to have these console wars, because, consoles are already in a really weird spot right now with all these buyouts and so on and so forth, and unless people can actually have some kind of cross-platform going on for the games that do exist that aren't exclusives, it's just going to keep making bigger wedges, and that's not going to help gaming actually grow. Putting $300 barriers behind anything is usually going to make things a lot more difficult. So yeah, honestly, sorry to make this video so vague or brief, but I feel like I don't want to make the topic run on too long. How do you guys feel about cross-platform play? Do you guys feel like it's the best move forward in terms of trying to cope with split screen going away or something? What do you think is the best way to make people play together or make games more social? Because that's obviously what made games like Modern Warfare 2 so good. I appreciate everyone for watching. You guys have a safe one. This has been Bill. You guys take care.